This is Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand for the morning of April 19th, 2023. I'm Wes Mills. The Indiana Economic Development Corporation says numerous companies are considering major investments in the advanced manufacturing and tech hub in Boone County, known as the LEAP District. David Rosenberg, the Chief Operating Officer for the IEDC, says it is pursuing several projects that together would exceed $50 billion in total investment if they come to fruition. On Monday, officials broke ground on the LEAP District, which will be anchored by Eli Lilly and Company. The company upped its investment to the research park to $3.7 billion. Lebanon Mayor Matt Gentry.
Our phone is ringing off the hook. I mean, there is, of course, when you make these announcements and you start seeing, interest from restaurants, retail, residential, right? I'm sure there are people trying to find ground all over Lebanon for their different projects. And so it just an indication that we're on the right path, we're heading the right direction, and people are excited for the future of Lebanon.
The Innovation District could eventually span to about 11,000 acres near the city of Lebanon. Madison-based Grote Industries has acquired Star Headlight and Lantern Company of Avon, New York. Grote, which manufactures vehicle lighting, electrical, and reflective systems, says the deal will create a new subsidiary, Star Safety Technologies. Star's been in business since 1889. It produces strobe and emergency lights for police and fire vehicles. It also makes lighting products for railroads. Energy costs are some of the biggest expenses for businesses. The Industrial Assessment Center at Purdue University in Indianapolis is helping small and medium-sized companies reduce those expenses by performing energy assessments. Center Director Jay Chen says the businesses that adopt the IAC's recommendations are often able to save about 10% on energy.
I'm very optimistic. The amount of savings should exceed 10%. And it's just But still, it's the matter of how people start implement this. So when we gave a recommendation and we also provide the cost to implement and also the paybacks, some of the recommendations will need a longer payback period. And you need more than 2 years. For small and middle-sized company, they basically will look at this year or next year the most. They don't want to see invest probably too long with the payback period longer than 2. So I think these are the kind of things that we try to implement and improve, and so try to identify the kind of energy saving opportunities with a shorter payback period so people can implement.
Since launching the program in 2011, the IAC has helped 170 Indiana businesses collectively save $20 million in their energy bills. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.
Indiana, it's time to get revved up. Inside Indiana Business is going racing. We'll be at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the month of May and take you inside the business of motorsports, from gasoline alley to high-tech race shops to small-town dirt tracks. We'll explore what fuels a billion-dollar industry in the state. Join the entire Inside Indiana Business team from the world's greatest race course for Business at the Brickyard, brought to you by Purdue University. It's checkered flag coverage you won't want to miss. Get ready, Northwest Indiana. We're headed your way. IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the inaugural Engage Northwest Indiana event, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. Tuesday, April 25th at Valparaiso University. We'll be diving into regional and statewide initiatives with a focus on talent, education, and issues shaping our economy. More at ibj.com/engage.
Indiana state senators advanced a bill Tuesday that would make state funding available for teachers seeking firearms training, a move critics have said could increase the number of guns in schools to the detriment of students. Supporters say the 40 hours of optional training would help teachers learn how to defend themselves and students if needed, especially in situations with an active shooter. State law currently allows school districts to permit teachers to be armed, but no training is mandated. Former U.S. Representative Marlin Stutzman is trying to reclaim the northeastern Indiana congressional seat he held until a failed 2016 U.S. Senate campaign. Stutzman announced his candidacy for the 3rd District, which he represented in Congress for 6 years. That seat has since been held by Representative Jim Banks, who is seeking a U.S. Senate seat. The Evansville Regional Economic Partnership and the Evansville Regional Sports Commission have announced Brandon McClish will serve as executive director of the Sports Commission. The nonprofit helps to attract high-profile sporting events to the community. For the past 5 years, McClish has been general manager for Learfield Sports at the University of Evansville. In that role, he oversaw all aspects of the multimedia rights between the Sports Broadcasting Network and the Purple Aces. He begins May 15th. Indiana State University said Tuesday that former Vice President of Administrative Affairs Robert Schaefer and his wife Penny have donated $1 million to the university. The donation includes a cash gift to support ISU athletics and will also support 4 endowments. The Schaefers are both alumni of the school. I'm Wes Mills, Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.